Hello, hello! I'm so happy to see you here today. This is Carla from Art with Katie. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time visiting the channel, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. And if you're coming back, I was so excited to see you. I feel like I haven't done a video for such a long time, which is silly because I know I've been publishing videos every single week. But regardless, I don't know, maybe it's because I went away for a few days to visit my mom, but I just feel like I haven't seen you. So it's so nice to have you here, especially because today we're planning for a new month. August is just here. Maybe it's because I'm behind 1 week, but I'm sure you understand that because it was July and I was off, for a few days, I'm just not following my schedule as I should. But anyway, these videos should be reaching you before August, which is what we're gonna be planning for. When I think of August, besides the summer, something that comes up immediately is back to school. And there's just so many wonderful things for back to school. And if you haven't seen it, I have a video for students, how to use bullet journaling for students. I'm gonna leave the link, somewhere, because I think it's very important that when you start school, you're ready for it. Regardless if you, like me, are a teacher or maybe you're a student. But that was especially for students, and I know you're gonna appreciate it. And soon, I don't know how soon, but I should be doing my planning for, my school year. So if you want me to share that video, just let me know. I'm gonna record some of it because it takes a while. But today we're planning for a new month in our bullet journals. And the theme that came to mind was, because when I was in middle school, 5th grade, 6th grade, something like that, I know I was obsessed with Lisa Frank. I just wanted to go to the store and get one of those beautiful designs in either a notebook, a trapper keeper, or anything really. I mean, I couldn't wear regular clothes to school. We used to use uniforms, so I couldn't wear anything like that for school. But as long as it was on a pencil, on everything, I mean, Lisa Frank had beautiful, colorful designs in every single stationery supplies that you can think of. I think she even had clothing. Well, I know she even had clothing and so many wonderful things. And back in the day, it was, the rage. I just wanted to own something designed by her. It just, it was a moment of true happiness and bliss in my life. And I want to call to that feeling and bring it back in my journal. Because last year, if I'm not mistaken, I reproduced a bullet journal theme by Amanda Rachel Lee. Because she's just the best at bullet journaling. She's level God when it comes to bullet journaling. And I just wanted to do something that I knew was gonna bring me joy. And also because usually during August is a very busy time for me because, school prep. But this year, I want to give you something different, something colorful, something that I think we all need with everything that is going on in our lives and in the world. So if you're anything like me, we need to get ready ASAP. And just before I forget, because I tend to forget stuff, I did another calendar for you. For the last few months, this is gonna be the third actually, I've been doing calendars for you so that you can just download it and print it and of course glue it into your notebook or maybe put it on the wall, the fridge, wherever you want. So far we have the one that I did for Vincent van Gogh, then the one that I did for Maleficent, and now this one by Lisa Frank. I think you're gonna enjoy them very much and they're just for you. You don't have to do anything, just click on the link, save them, download them, and we'll make sure to share them with friends. Please have them look at the video and hopefully they'll like it too and they'll give me a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing because your support is super valuable for me. But anyway, let's get started. Get everything that you need, your journal, your stationery, and if you're just here to watch, maybe get something to drink, something to eat, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Hey, before we start, I'm sure you have noticed that every single month I decorate my desk with something that goes with the topic or theme we're drawing in. For example, this time, since it's Lisa Frank and it's middle school and all that, well, I tried to put something related to school. Here's a confetti creator by Crayola. Here's my stapler from Jimmy and Amy. This is a disc that I used to use in my computer. And these are a bit more current, but these are some like poster letters that probably my son used for a science fair project some time back. And I found something that I thought was gonna be really cool, which is this. This is my actual school box from the 5th grade. Look at this. I mean, it's not Lisa Frank, which is the topic, but it's, you know, very probably 90s. Here's my name and my grade level and group. You know, I thought it was like super nice. And it even has like in the back, like here it is. Like this little girl skating, made in the USA and everything. Because I used to go to the US, especially I think to H-E-B, to buy some like school supplies. And then I open it, now it's all mixed up, but I found these like beautiful marker that my mom brought me from the city of Chester in England. And I have some colors that I was wondering if they're the actual colors that I use on that grade level. Like you can see here like my name tag and probably my old phone number that I don't even know if it exists anymore. But some brush markers that I don't remember having in the 5th grade, but I don't know when I got them. And they ended up in this box along with some like brushes. You can see, you know, the brushes, you know, so awful. I mean, I have some better ones. And I was wondering if these are actually supplies that I could have used back then. I see some Prismacolor. This is a Prismacolor that I don't know if it is Color Professional. And I remember these that I really didn't like, but I remember using them in the 5th grade because those were the ones my mom got me. Even I saw like some of pencils like this one. It's not even used. I remember using a lot of these pencils throughout middle school, and I remember that I didn't like them that much, although they're pretty good drawing pencils. I don't know why, you know, sometimes when you have something, I remember I just wanted a lot of things by Lisa Frank. But anyway, when I was trying to see which ones work and didn't work, because some, believe it or not, they're not dry, I came across this one and I opened it up and you can see how I got all stained. Even my desk got a bit stained, and I try to clean it up. I'll try to clean it up better later. But oh my god, so these Barrel Aqua color markers, I remember these are really old. Like this, I'm sure I used in middle school, and they're still, you know, running. So you're gonna see my hands stained for the rest of the video because I just got it, and I just thought it was a cool anecdote to tell you. I hope you like it. And while I have you here, I wanted to show you my cover design for this month. This is the design I'm using my cover this time around. Make sure to look for the link in the description box because you can download it for free. As me, you can print it in sticker paper, and it's just a gift that I'm giving you. Just click on the link, download it, and print it. And let me show you the original, so you can see the differences. It's not ready yet, as you can see here. I still have some things to work on. You can see it ready here because I did the month of August, the lettering, I did it in another paper. Let me show you. It's here. It's the same material. This one's made with acrylic, and then I use acrylic markers to do some details. This is made with acrylic markers. I've been using them for the first time and I've been loving them. I'll put a video of those soon. And I just use the magic of Photoshop to actually add it to the image. Because this one, and let me know if you have any idea of what I could do here. I'm still working on this side, but it didn't work for the calendar because you can see I wanted to add the bubbles for the days of the month. But I'm gonna work on this side a little bit more, and then I wanna add some message here. So I kind of love this artwork in my Society 6 art store so that you can maybe purchase something from there. I have teachers, cups, and other products. So if you have an idea for this word that I could put, I was thinking something like smile or pride or something like that. So let me know in the comments. So thanks for listening and let's get started. So here we are, and now making the calendars much easier for me. But you know, I'll be sharing with you the video of how this came to be. Because I have to tell you, I'm in love with this calendar. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about Lisa Frank. In the 80s and 90s, she was the epitome of cool. Although she is quite a mystery herself, she is rarely seen and doesn't grant interviews, especially these days. But she is in fact a real person. She grew up in Detroit and she went to University of Arizona, and that's when she started her own business. She used to buy pottery and jewelry from Indian tribes and bring them to Michigan to sell. Eventually, the network of artists she met grew, and she began to represent them and sell their handmade work. It didn't take long for her to start telling artists what to make, which is when she decided to make things herself. She launched Sticky Fingers, which featured plastic jewelry, when she was 20, which was sold to Neiman Marcus and Bloomingdale's. Wow! And she was only 20. In 1979, she renamed the company Lisa Frank Inc., and she was only 24. And this is where it all began. In this homage to Lisa Frank, I simply had to include the gumball machine. It's the design that started it all, and it's simply iconic. Lisa's father gave her an antique gumball machine that was her original logo. And for her, it was also one of the things that when your friends find out that you're into something, they start getting you all of the things of it. Well, the gumball machine is that for her. The early designs of her company were what she called simplistic. I call them beautiful. The very first thing they made before stickers were buttons. And since they were so small, the artwork was also really small. But eventually, they covered pencils, stationery, folders, lunchboxes, backpacks, trapper keepers, and much more. What's really impressive and beautiful for me is that all of the art back then was done by airbrush. They did have computers that their creative director was learning to use. But the person who eventually became Lisa Frank Inc. senior designer and product development group leader, Rondi Cutts, said that she had no patience for the computer, so continued to do concepts as marker renderings, which then went to the computer illustrators to clean up and illustrate. Isn't it interesting? What is your favorite art medium? In this case, I use acrylics for the cover as well as acrylic markers. And you can see that here in my notebook, I'm using all of the markers I have. Well, not all of them, but most of them. And you'll see me using as well some acrylic markers, as well as my metallic watercolors. I love how my watercolors just make everything look just more, I guess, fantastic. And you might see here that's precisely those lovely watercolors that just almost ruined my planning for the month. It is always important to make sure that the materials you're using just, work well with each other. And if you're using watercolors, well, you need a marker that's waterproof. I thought this one was, and it clearly isn't, and it just, ruined my day. I just then decided to stop. It was late, I was tired, I was disappointed, and I needed to read so that I could think of a solution for my mistake. Which honestly came up really fast. I thought, hey, acrylic markers, they're gonna help me sort this out. And they did. Oh my God, am I so thankful for them and for thinking of this. And I honestly think that it came out pretty great. What do you think? Was it a good idea to add the white contour to the lettering? Let me know in the comments. Something else that I admire of Lisa Frank is that the artwork was a collaborative effort. But it all began with it being put on a paper as a marker rendering. The concepts came from Lisa, James, Lisa's husband, or Klutz, Lisa's Frank senior designer and product development group leader. Then it went to an illustrator to be redone and adding details, then to the computer artist who rendered it on the computer, which entailed hundreds of hours of work. It had a lot of many artist stamps on it. What a great way to create such beautiful characters. And Lisa is such a fanatical of detail. It's why she's so extraordinary. People had actually to stop her and said, okay, that's enough. We had invested so many hours. It looks great. And I can certainly relate to that. And she also collaborated with other artists, such as A.R.T. The two artists line of office supplies feature art by Lisa Frank. There was also a Lisa Frank and Friends clothing line. The collection blended the two 90s pop culture phenomenons divinely. Of all the characters that Lisa Frank has created, she has two that are her favorites. They're the rainbow print leopard and tiger cubs named Hunter and Forrest, who are based off of her kids. Both characters were created before her boys were born, and when they were born, they thought, oh my God, they really do fit our kids' personalities. Although they actually really try to base their characters off of people who are in their lives or who have been in their lives, and sometimes it's in memory. Although they always ask people first. She's also based some of her characters on her first golden retrievers. And so far, no one has refused her. I know I wouldn't say no. Thank you so very much for joining me on one more video. I hope that you're really liking my content, and if you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Share this video with some of your friends, and of course consider subscribing because that helps me a lot. I want to reach more people that also like art and of course bullet journaling. Also remember that there are several links in the description box. The first one is for your calendar. Download it, and if you're liking it, maybe leave me a comment. Say thanks. Why not? I'd like to meet you all. And also I'll be using some of these images in my store. I already have a store on Society 6, the one that I had with my friends, but now I also open one of my own. So there's 2 stores where you can get some of my designs. It's a great way for me to put my work out there, and maybe you'll find another way to support me. If you like colorful themes such as this one, I have one that I did with a retro rainbow sort of theme, I don't know how to call it, that I did for my initial planning of my bullet journal. So I'm gonna leave some links below. And there's also one that I absolutely love and adore, and that is the theme of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think you're gonna enjoy it a lot if you like color. So there are other options for you as well, if just in case that you're looking for something else. Thank you again, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and that this month brings you so much joy and so much peace. I'll see you real soon. Keep creative, keep safe, and always be kind. Bye.
Please like and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.